All right, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Sunday, March 16th, and I wanted to timestamp this and date stamp it because this is something that is very time sensitive. Lately, I've been sharing a lot about the sick and family leave credit, and I wanted to share with everybody a step-by-step process of how you can actually find out your eligibility and how much you qualify for, and a way to get your way to get your whole sick and family leave credit process within 30 minutes or less. Okay, so this is something that um, I'm the CEO of Work Smarter for You in Silver and Gold Solutions here in beautiful Galena, Illinois. That's my background there is Galena, Illinois. And I'm partnered with United Business Solutions. Now they're the firm that is actually handling the processing of the self-employed tax credit for you. And this is something that I'm encouraging everyone to look into if your CPA or your accountant is unaware of this, because there are several of them out there that are not aware of it. And this is another thing with especially being tax time and this being time sensitive. This would be something that if you want to handle it yourself, because a lot of accountants are bogged down with getting taxes in for their clients and everything. This is something that you can actually do yourself, and it's a step-by-step process. And what I'm going to share with you here today is how to go about doing that. And this link for this landing page I'll have below the video, so I'll make sure you check that out. So it's going to actually give you a nice overview. There's a short video here, a 2-minute and 57-second video that you can watch that explains more about it. But this is a way for you to claim up to $32,200 for eligible self-employed workers. So the Sick and Family Leave Credit is a specialized tax credit from the American Rescue Plan Act designed to provide support to self-employed individuals who struggle during the COVID-19 pandemic. So this is going back to years 2020 and 2021. And so who it's eligible for is, you'll see this on the landing pages. You have the sole proprietors, 1099 contractors, freelancers, single member LLCs, gig workers, and also other self-employed workers. Okay. So like I said, if you want to click on the link below this video, it'll actually give you all this information here. Okay. So this is for people who were impacted by the pandemic. Now, if you're, this is especially important to people who, it's important to everybody, but if you actually had to stay home because your kids were not allowed to go to school, those are usually typically the people that are able to claim almost the full amount of the $32,200 because they were limited because of the fact that they had to stay home with their kids during the pandemic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the process. So claim your tax credit now. And let's go ahead and put this in here. So I'm going to go with I'm going to fill this out with these. I want to use my silverandgoldsolutions.org number. Go with 41. And then we're going to go with the industry. So this is a drop-down industry. So like even like this, if you're like even like a hairstylist or an insurance agent, um, this is something that you can do. This I'm just trying to give you different examples, but I'm going to go down to, let's do go financial services. Even though technically my business Work Smarter for You is strictly marketing. So we'll begin my SETC claim. All right. So they ask for your name, your email address, and then also your phone number, so they can keep you updated with text messages as far as different processes of your application. So that's what's really unique about what United Business Solutions is sharing with everybody, because it is something that allows them to stay in contact with you. And then I'm also going to show you here how just thorough this process is. So there's an 8-step process. Okay. So step 1, let's see if you qualify for up to $32,200 in tax refunds. Okay. So there's a short video here. I'm not going to play that because I want to keep this condensed so everybody gets all the great information and is able to, digest it and proceed, to start the process. So you can actually watch this video here. So were you self-employed in 2021? And it says, click here for examples. So it's got all the different things. Like I said, there's consultant, real estate agent, plumber, graphic designer, fitness trainer, electrician, carpenter, event planner, hairstylist, home inspector. So all these different things, you can see what even cafe owner, handmade craft sellers. Okay. So I'll kind of define this one for you. A sole proprietorship is an unincorporated business owned and run by one individual with no distinction between the business and the owner. Okay, so and this is just different things here. Okay, and I do want to point out too that if you did file for, even if you are like a sole proprietor or you do have a business where you were actually eligible to receive some of the ERC, you are still eligible for the self-employed the sick and family leave credit. Okay, so this is something that I do want to point out because a lot of times people mistake this with ERC. No, this is more designed for the individuals. Okay, but if you were in that position where you had like say 3 or 4 employees and you were able to get some money recouped through the ERC, you are still eligible for this as well. So let's see, were you self-employed in 2021? Yes. Okay. Did you file taxes in 21? Filing taxes this year is a necessary requirement for eligibility in this program. If you did not file, you do not qualify. So if you, for some reason, did not file taxes in 2021, then unfortunately, this does not pertain to you. But if you did, which I did, I'll click yes. Did you miss any days of, you got them away. Did you miss any days of work because of COVID-19 in 2021? So this would be examples whether you were sick yourself in illness, symptoms, quarantine, caring for someone else, school closures, or school closures and caring for a child, etc. You could actually click yes. Okay, so I'm going to just do the examples here. So it'll show you as you go through each step, there's always examples and ways to help you fill out the form. So it's a very easy step-by-step process. That's why I'm encouraging everybody to at least look into it. Whether you do wind up qualifying for it or not, at least you can go through the process. So we'll hit yes. Okay, in 2021, did you have 1099? See, we're already on step 4. Did you have 1099 job or a W-2 job? And it says click here for examples. Again, it'll show some information here. So I'm going to say, so W-2 would be so even if you worked, like say if you had your business, okay, and this like could even go for like online store owners, like even like an Etsy or if you have some sort of store linked to Pinterest or something like that, or eBay, you could actually, even if you did that part-time or that was a portion of your income, you could still have a W-2 job, but then you also have your separate income. So I'm going to go with 1099. All right. Okay, congrats, Richard. Looks like you may be eligible for a tax credit. Calculate your tax credit estimate below. Now, again, here's a short video. So how many days were you unable to work because of COVID-19 reasons? I'm going to, because I did have my son at home, I'm going to, what you can do the slider, and it's going to give you a maximum here of 20 days. Okay, so this is something that if you notice here on the form or when you get to certain steps on the form, it'll have a back button. So if you need to adjust something, you can always go back. How many days were you unable to work because of COVID-19 reasons caring for your child? We'll go with 20. Whoops. Okay. So this is the one that, like I was saying, if you have kids, this is the one that's going to really help make a difference. So in 2021, that was, the tail end of it. So I'm just going to do this as an example. We'll do 30 days. We'll do 40 days. Okay. What is your estimated average annual net income in 2020, 20, or 2021? Use whichever year is greater. I'm just going to put in an example here. I'm not going to give my example. So I'll just do, let's say, so it starts at 0 and can go all the way up to 150,000. So let's just do 40,000. This is just for example purposes. Okay. Now I'll say get my estimate. So you click here. Your estimated tax credit is $7,200. So the estimate provided at this stage are based solely on the information you've entered. Your actual tax credit amount will be calculated more precisely in the following steps. So in this step here, this is just giving you a rough estimate. Now, this most likely, I shouldn't say most likely, 99.9% of the time it will change because once they pull your tax transcripts from the IRS, you are eligible. They'll actually have that exact number based on your taxes, okay? And like I said, the numbers I was putting in were just for estimates. So claim my credit. Now, so important dates to complete your eligibility. What days did you miss work or were unable to work because you were personally affected by COVID-19? So up to $511 per day can be claimed. Select the dates in both time periods below to indicate which days you were unable to work or missed work because you were personally affected by COVID-19. So I did not personally have COVID. So in this case here, I'm going to be using, I'll just click to select dates. So it'll pull up a calendar and you can actually, like, if you hit specific days, well, let's just use this as an example. So we'll go with We'll do with February 29th, 30th, 31st. This is just to do an example so you can see how it works. Okay. Save dates. So I've chosen 9 dates out of 10. And then April 20, this goes back to April 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2021. So let's say I was sick again between May 3rd and May 7th. So we'll do this. All right. Save dates. Okay, so let's do a 9 of 10 and 5 of 10. By proceeding, you confirm that your absence from work was due to eligible COVID-19 circumstances. Please be advised that the IRS may request additional circumstantial documentation or proof to substantiate selected days of work missed. Now, they do have to put that on there, but everybody that has filed so far, they have not had to do that. Okay, so they're trying to do it on the honor code. But like if you missed dates, now this could be, I'll show you in the next screen. So let's go ahead and do this, proceed to the next step. What days did you miss work or were unable to work because you were caring for a family member affected by COVID-19? So like you say, if your husband or your wife or your kids or something were sick with COVID or whatever, you could actually, you select up to 10 days here and select up to 10 days there. So let's just do an example. We'll do the 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th. And then between March 21st and September 30th, we'll do March 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. Okay. All right. So in this case here, go proceed to the next step. Okay. And again, they have this disclaimer here. So like in this case here, if you were, get up to $200 per day. Now in this case here, this is just for you caring for someone where you stayed home because someone else was sick. We'll go to the next step. Now, children or dependents. Okay, in 2021, did you take care of any children or dependents who were under the age of 18 affected by COVID-19 in 2021? So say if your son or daughter was sick or whatever, this is the one where if you use a sliding scale below to accurately reflect how many days you were unable to work or missed work because your child was out sick with COVID, was told to quarantine. Now, that's the important one. So like if you are mom or dad and you had kids that had to stay home, this is the big one, okay? So they may not have been sick, but in this case here, because they had to miss school, example, school closures, symptoms, illness symptoms, quarantine, or COVID-19 testing. All right. So in this case here, how many did you have to care for a dependent? Say, because my son was at home, I want to go 50 days. How much did you care for a dependent from April 1st to, so that was the year he graduated. So let's do April's 30 days. May is 31. So we'll do 35 days. Okay. So this is the one where, like I said, even if you were not sick, but you had to stay home because of your kids, this is a big one. All right. Did you file jointly with the spouse? No, I'm not married. Okay, so here it's changed my estimate. Okay, now, and this is the way, again, here, go back and correct days. So if you miss something and you feel like you need to go back and correct it, you can do that. Okay, so I put my days in accurately proceed. Okay. Now, this is where you would put everything in. Now, I'm not going to go through all this here because you're getting the point of how detailed and explicit this is. Now, I will just go over these real quick here. So this is the questionnaire where you go ahead and fill out more information about yourself. And then the verified, well, I'll put in my business address. Okay. Is the address above the same address that was used for your most recent tax return? So like in your most recent tax return. So if you moved or whatever, or if you were in a different location since then, you would obviously hit no or something, but in this case, we'll hit yes. Okay, proceed to next step. Okay. Now in this case here, this is where you're going to, like anything tax related, you do have to have a social security number. So in this case here, this is where you would fill this information out, okay? And what's going to happen with this is once you verify it, you fill this out, and then the next step with you're verifying your identity. This is where you have to do the KYC portion, where you have your state issued driver's license or ID or something, and then they do the, the thing where they verify the picture on your driver's license or state issued ID with the actual image of yourself. Okay. Once you go through that there's an if you that's if you don't have an ID Me account. Okay, so there's a way to set up an ID Me account on that step also, and that'll actually take you through how to get yourself verified. So once you verify your identity, it's gonna click you to the next step, waiting on the IRS. Now they have sped this up. So initially there was like a wait time, like a 5 to 10 day wait period for you to for them to submit all the information to the IRS and then get it back. But now, because of their direct integration with the IRS, you can actually, once you do pass that verify identity and you do authorize them to pull your transcripts, because of their direct integration with the IRS, it's similar to like the different tax companies out there, like I just did my taxes for my son online, and basically they have his information online. So in this case here, because of them having in their direct and that was TurboTax. Like TurboTax has direct integration with the IRS. That's how you can get your taxes back so quickly. So in this case here, once you do that verify identity and you authorize them to pull your transcript, just like you would do with TurboTax or any of the online tax processing companies, they have the direct integration with the IRS where they could pull your records. Okay, so once you do that, it's instantaneous after that. That's what's really cool about this. Like I said, you could from start to finish. You don't have to worry about pulling your tax transcripts because this is something that can be done for you. Once you do that verify identity and you authorize them to pull your transcripts, they will give you an accurate, detailed calculation of exactly how much you're going to get back. And then it'll show you calculation complete. Now, and then if you want the advanced funding, there is a fee with that. So depending on when you get to that step, if you would like them, United Business Solutions, to proceed for you, there's a way. If you get the advanced funding, you do not have to pay for the processing of the filing. Okay. If you choose not to go with the advanced funding, there is a fee that you would have to pay ahead of time for them to handle the rest of the processing. It's no different than when you have your taxes done by an accountant or a CPA. You do have to pay them something to do the tax work. So in this case here, with United Business Solutions, it's the same type of thing. Okay. And then once you verify the payment information, or if you want the advanced funding, what they'll do is they'll show you what the breakdown is and how much you would get, or how much it would cost and how much you would get back. Then you would do the signed document thing. So with that, what they do is they have everything already in place to where once you agree to everything or how you're going to pay for it, or if you want the advanced funding, then they send you an email with the tax documents all filled out. They have a pre-printed shipping label to have it go straight to you, for you to print out. So you print all those out, and then with the prepaid shipping label, you go ahead and take that label, put it on the front of the envelope. And they want it sent in like a 9x11 manila envelope. And when you print out the tax forms, make sure you do it one side per page. Don't do double side. So make sure it's one side per page. Print it out, sign where it needs to be signed, and then stick it in the mail. And as soon as United Business Solutions has it in their hands, they will actually verify it and then electronically file it for you. So they will keep in communication when they receive the envelope and exactly when they file it. So this is, I mean, I'm really excited about this because just the simplicity. United Business Solution is made this really easy for everybody to do. Okay, so like I said, if you're a CPA or accountant, either hasn't heard of it, and I know my CPA who's been in business for over 40 years, he wasn't aware of it because he thought I was talking about the ERC when I first mentioned it, but in fact it's something different than the ERC. So there are CPAs and accountants not aware of it. And right now, because there's only less than 30 days left between the time that you have to file, this would be something you would be able to handle yourself. So I wanted to share this with everybody. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Like I said, I will have this link for, let's do the stop share. I will have the link for this, the video from United Business Solution in that landing page below this video. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me directly. Again, my name is Rick Fronick. I'm the CEO and founder of Work Smarter for You and Silver and Gold Solutions here in Galena, Illinois. If you're in the Galena area, my business is open to the public, so you can actually walk in and if you have questions about this too, you can also talk to me in person about it. But I wanted to thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I really highly encourage everyone to take advantage of this. Even if you're not sure if you qualify or not, it's going to take you a couple of minutes. Like I was explaining everything as I was going through the form, but from start to finish, you could actually, once you do the verify identity, which it goes through an ID me type thing. Okay, so that's something that they have this step for you to do that. And that's just if you've done any type of tax filing online, most likely you already have that. But once you complete that process, everything is instantaneously goes boom, 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 and then you're done. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed sharing the information with everybody. I'm wishing everybody a great rest of your day. Again, this was Sunday, March 16th. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I wanted to shoot this video on timestamp, but because this is a time sensitive issue, if you're eligible, take advantage of it because there's not much time left. And I would highly encourage you not to wait to the last minute because, like I said, with the process that you actually have to print out the form and then mail it to United Business Solutions. You have that however many days window depending on your location, and there's how long it's going to take the mail to deliver it. So I wouldn't dilly-dally around. And I wish everybody my best. And thank you again for taking the time to spend your time and watch this video. And again, my name is Rick Fronick and work Smarter for You in Silver and Gold Solutions. And we'll talk to everybody again soon. Take care.